The teams, they have started arriving, and today they were here for their initial training, and they will continue tomorrow and continue also on Wednesday. So far, so good. We are fixing what must be fixed. The lighting system is improving. The floodlights, the scoreboard is being worked on. The seats are also being worked on. At least the pitch, everybody who have criticized our pitch now is impressed about the pitch. And I must first and foremost thank His Excellency the President for the support he has given so far to make sure that all this is done. And so let's all rally the support for the team because that is the team we have. The players need that high spirit. They are in very good spirit. We must not throw out words that will discourage anybody. And so we need to give them encouraging words. The technical team have also assured me that they are doing everything possible to turn around to make sure that these two games that we have, we win them and come with maximum points of 6.
Honorable, please, if I may ask, what is one key thing you are going to do differently to ensure that the Black Stars team will be motivated well enough ahead of the game on Friday as well as on Monday?
Well, that's exactly what I've been talking about. These are players who have been playing at all levels, and they also will wish to play at the biggest level. There's no footballer, professional footballer, who will not want to play at the highest level of football. So, for me, I've seen the players that they are motivated themselves, and that is why I'm encouraging us, the media, that whatever message we put out there, it should add to the self-motivation these players already have. It is not money. If it's about money, many of them already are earning more than whatever it is that we are going to give them. So it is not about the money. What they want are good pitches, a good pitch to be able to play on, and that we are working on. The lighting system appropriate, we are working on. And we're making sure that they have all the technical departments to be able to support the analysis of the opponents and the rest. We have worked on that also. So since that must be done for them to have a good environment to perform, we have put all those things in place. As for money, anyone who thinks that it is money that will make them to perform is deceiving himself or herself. Because it's not about money. Some of them, what they earn in a week, you can't pay them that even for a month. If they ask you to pay that for them for a month, we can't do that. So it's not about money. So money for me is the last thing that I'm considering. But I'm considering the conditions under which they will be playing. The pitch, the lightning, the environment in the dress rooms, and then what have you. These are things that are of concern to me. And of course, the technical department of the team, that how reinforced it is. How are they analyzing? What information have they collected on the opponent's players, and to share with the individual players in terms of strategy. So if you are telling a player that this is how I want you to play, the player knows that you are giving him this role because this is what you have assessed of the opponent. And you read to see if there's any variation. You will vary as the match will progress. So for me, these are things that we are doing. It's not about money at all.
Honorable, please, a little on the technical team. I know you spoke about them. How impressed are you after monitoring their first training session with the boys this time around?
Well, we are waiting. They have spoken. They have told me. I've seen the training that they started with the few players who have arrived. Tomorrow we'll continue to observe. But I'm impressed so far, and we'll continue to watch and then analyze. But so far, so good.
Any promise for Ghanaians for qualifying for the World?
Well, for the qualification, I need it just like any other person. Qualification is like the air that we are breathing. That's how bad I need it. And so that's why we are working. That's why you've seen me here. In the last few days, if you have come here, I have been here regularly. Even yesterday, Sunday, I was here. Saturday, I was here. Friday, I was here. So it should tell you that I want everything in order for this game, and so I need it just as any other person needs it, just as you, the media, need it, just as Ghanaians out there need it, I equally need it. And I know the players also need it. The coach himself have told me he also wants it. So we are all working towards that. Let's see how it goes. And I know God will smile on us. I just told the players that there's nobody better than them on this African continent. So they should know that they are good and they must get out there to show that goodness on the pitch of play. Thank you.
Any update on the budget?
Which budget?
The budget for the Black Stars.
Ah,
Honorable, please.
the budget for Black Stars will support whatever we have to do. The president is supporting us to be able to take care of the things that must be taken care of. So that's the update.
Honorable, please. We've heard about the Black Stars captaincy issue. Have you
There's no problem with the captain. There's no problem at all with the captainship. There's no problem at all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, the name is Qual Victor.
Okay, Qual Victor, yeah. Last Stars team, they had their first official training session at Accra Sports Stadium ahead of our games against Chad and Madagascar on Friday and on Monday, respectively. What's your impression on the first training session?
Well, I think nothing different on the first training session. We didn't expect a lot of players to arrive,
Okay.
and of course the turn-up tells you we just had 9 players who showed up: 3 goalkeepers, Benjamin Asari, Jojo Walcott, and of course Lawrence Atizigi. 9 players, and even those 9 players were complemented by the 2 local guys that we have, Razak Simpson, and of course Mamadou Kamaradini of Mediama SC. So it wasn't far. Alain Kudus is in town, but he needed to be allowed to do certain things before joining the team, and hopefully tomorrow. So not big, but in terms of spectatorship, in terms of the enthusiasm of Ghanaians, yes. I mean, once the Blasters are in the question, you always see Ghanaians turning up. Even if it is midnight, you still see some Ghanaians showing up.
That's amazing. What one thing do you think the team should do differently, especially approaching the Friday's game?
Well, I think, look, with the Black Stars, there are certain things that have been very prevalent. One of them is the fact that we spoke much about passing. The Black Stars also need to understand how critical these 2 double headers are against Chad and against Madagascar and Morocco. Once the players themselves understand this, they don't need any other motivation to be able to do their job for us. Because, look, we are just behind Comoros, who are leading the log at this time.
Joint point,
Of course, on goal difference. Look, in years past, this is not a conversation we normally have when it comes to World Cup qualifiers. Is that the Blasters are leading, or we are almost qualifying for the World Cup? But this is where we are at the moment. We have to appreciate our moment and make sure that we take good advantage of them.
The technical team, are you now having a confidence in them, looking at how Ghana was unable to qualify for the next AFCON? Do you think that right now we have a new technical team, especially with the addition of the technical advisor, Anton Sheffer?
Well, certainly, yes. In fact, when you take a look at the kind of unity, the kind of work that we just saw from the technical team, it looks like the technical director, Shofa, was around. We saw Desmond Affair. We saw the other technical team members. There was that big interaction. We saw them trying to help at a point in time. So I think that if they can keep it that way, that will be good for us. In time past, we've not seen some of the technical directors actively involved, but for today, we saw them actively involved. And I want to believe that there's that big exchange of ideas. If it continues in that trajectory, then I think that we should have a Blasters that is well prepared to take on Chad and then Madagascar.
The last time I spoke with you was the game ahead, I think against Sudan, and you were very confident that the Black Stars was going to carry the day, but we saw how things went here. It ended in a draw. What is your expectation this time around? Can you give me a scoreline?
Well, I can't give you a scoreline, but you see, when you talk about the previous game, prior to that game, there are a lot of things that played out. There were a lot of emotions at camp because of some pep talk by the Ghana Football Association president. We also saw how the captaincy should be devil the team, but far away from those issues, yes, those issues are still mainstay within the team. But I hope that the players have picked those nuggets they need to pick. They've picked the lessons already. Look, you failed to qualify for AFCON 2025, and you cannot fail the Ghanaians once again as far as the World Cup qualifiers are concerned. This is ticket for some of them to USA, to Canada, and to Mexico. go, and you cannot. And even for us as journalists, when the Blasters qualify, we'll be able to get some international gig. So a lot of things at play, and this is the time the players themselves, I want to stay again. They need to understand the tax ahead, and I believe that the Blasters will win. But we cannot pick a draw even against Chad here. If we pick a draw against Chad, that means that look, I don't know the word to describe the Blasters.
All right, thanks for speaking with us.